see. Oh, okay. I clicked the thing to go orange. But doesn't the orange mute everyone else?
That's not descriptive enough. It depends on which orange button.
All right, I'm team viewing you in. Can you make this happen for me? I'll pay you $100 fucking dollars. I don't care. I'm literally talking to nobody.
Oh, that's it? Just $100? That's cheap.
It's 633-951. Oh, they can hear me now. I don't even know.
Okay, see, it says chat is disabled on the YouTube, so
Well, it's probably because it's not the same show. I don't know. Like, it would be a new YouTube now. I don't know how that works. I can't even get there.
Okay. Are you streaming on Facebook too? Let me go to the Facebook.
Just hold on. I'm trying. If I had a fucking knife right now and someone from fucking whatever Telestream fucking whatever, I would literally stab them in the heart like Jon fucking Snow here.
You're not being helpful right now.
Huh?
That's not helpful for me helping you.
Okay.
Let's see, education.
Well, I'm already on, apparently. Hold on. So let me see here.
Okay, I see you live on Facebook. Let me see. Okay, Erica says, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, someone got a new notification from YouTube. It's a totally different video.
Hello? Okay, Erica says, I can hear you. Oh, okay, I heard myself. Okay, yeah, I can hear you on Facebook. So let me go to YouTube.
I don't know why it's
see it live on YouTube.
Well, it says I'm live on YouTube. At this point, I don't care. What's the point? It's 2 shows. This is such fucking bullshit.
Jesus be a White Walker. Okay, there
I
you go.
really want all of you out there watching this. If you have technical problems and you can access the person, stab them in the fucking face. That way there's a whole lot fewer people.
Oh, it's working. It's working. Live, yeah, it's working.
Well, somebody's saying there's
YouTube.
no picture on YouTube.
Well, they're White Walker. They don't count. It's working on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm looking at both of them live right now. On Facebook, Erica Adish is there. Samara is there. They said, yay, I can hear you. On YouTube, Gianna, Lisa, the Wicked Witch of Winnipeg. Well, she says, can't hear you at the first, and then suddenly came on. Yeah, it came on just now.
See, it's doing this auto brightness thing again, and I managed to get it off. I don't know what's wrong with the camera. Auto white balance. I don't want auto white balance.
It's because you're a witch.
No. There's something massively fucked up about this, and I don't know what it is. Let me restore default.
Yeah, I see it changing now. Whatever you just did, you look whitewashed.
There's not much a hell of a lot I can do about it. There's something wrong. The brightness it's doing auto brightness, and I don't know where that's coming from. There's like an auto. Give me a second. There's like an auto brightness somewhere. I don't know if it's on Restream. I don't know where it is, but there's something somewhere that's putting an.
It would probably be on Wirecast that's doing it.
There's nothing auto. I'm not seeing any auto brightness on Wirecast.
Are you in the settings?
Yes. I don't see anything that says auto brightness. I just see a brightness setting.
Okay.
But that's normal. Okay, and I just click reset. So horrible. It's so horrible. I don't know what's happening. When I go into the camera settings, at first it does what it's supposed to, but then it stops. See? Like it starts, and then it goes dark, and it's like there's something wrong. Let me see if I can unplug it.
You actually look fine on my end.
It's very dark. It's much darker than I'd want it to be. And that's not what it's supposed to be like. Let me just go over there.
Did you really just walk off live? They're going to crucify you.
When in doubt, just move the thing closer. All right, I'm going to hang up.
You look fine.
So
I think everyone else is saying they can see you too. Like, I see Lisa. Oh, yeah, I'm just joking with you, Lisa. Like, I think Lisa can see and Storm can see on YouTube. Weeping Willow says that it's working. It's working
is
on my
Storm
end.
on? Storm who?
Storm Lee Newman, a.k.a. Leah Newman.
Oh, okay. I was trying to find Storm Sestavani somewhere.
And Sapphire says, chat is back on. I hear you on YouTube. And it could just be a YouTube glitch because I know when you first came on, the chat was not showing up for me.
No. Everybody.
And Lisa says,
no. I lost sound everywhere on the previous thing. It wasn't just YouTube. It was everywhere. It's just simply what is factual. But the...
let's see. Lisa says it's better on YouTube. It looks the same for me, but she says it's better on YouTube.
Well, anyway, it's good enough for... I don't know if...
I think it's good for you to keep started. You know, you need to...
All right, I'm
drink some wine and...
Thank you. I need a fucking Valium after this. Thank you, Kelvin.
I don't have those, but I have a hug and love for you. So.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. I hate this. It's just been like fucking technical fuckery, fucktardery, fucking ridiculous. Really getting on my last nerve. Like now I got to figure out how I'm going to splice the two YouTube things into the same show. So sorry, I just don't know. I am so beholden to the technical of bullshittery.
Thank you for calling Night Productions. We're not available.
Jesus Christ, oh goddamn mighty. Tried to call into tried to call you into the show. I'm just randomly calling people. I'm definitely not doing that video calling. It's too much technical. Like, other than a guest who is the guest, and I can say, here's what you should look like. I mean, no offense to whoever that was, but literally I could see eyes, and it was something out of the Blair Witch, because it was like all cut off, and there was this eye thing, and I'm like, and a couch, and I'm like, if I'm not going to actually see you in some sort of cogent, or I'm using the wrong word, but if I can't see you in some sort of sensible way, there's no point in videoing in. You know what I mean? I have call-in for that. Unless we're going to do reenactments of the Blair Witch, which could be fun. Anyway, so if people would like to call in, I have, the number is 504-252-0391. Try to have a question. That way I can answer a question. Or just ask me questions on the chat, because that's always fun. I can literally roll with, whatever. Oh, I guess she was having computer issues too. Jesus, what is it with this fucking bullshit? Let me see. How long are you going to be on? Probably another half. I guess he's doing a reading. We need help, Storm. We need astrological help. And Michael Pendragon's probably drunk. No, he does like to sauce it up at night. But he is. Michael Pendragon's a wonderful astrologer. You should go to him. And so is Storm Sestavani. So Lisa said, what is in the future for Warlock Press? Well, of course, we've got Brian's book, Initiation into Witchcraft, and then I'm going to be doing, what do you call it? I'm going to be doing the second edition of The Witch's Book of the Dead. I want to add to it. I want to change some of what's going on with that book, because I was a little bit too hard on the initiatory and religious side, and I think because of that, I ignored a lot of the gods and goddesses and deities that are Chthonic and work. I had that little appendix at the back, and here's something to offer them. But I really feel like I gave short shrift to the value of the old gods of death and the underworld. And I also think I would like to add things about funerary ceremonies and that sort of thing. And I'd like to rewrite some of it. And Jesus Christ. Astrology. We are all fucked. Anyway, I don't know. So, Anyway, so as far as new titles at the store, of course, we've got Utu's book coming in and Fiona's new book, The Art of Witch, which is really looking to be wonderful. I haven't had a chance to read it, but that's going to be next on my list. Anything Fiona does is amazing, and I believe they did an order that's going to be coming in for that. And of course, Brian's book and Witch's Book of the Dead. The other exciting thing is one of our Coven sisters, Katina Smith. She also holds the corporation or church status for the Religious Order of Witchcraft, which was founded in New Orleans in 1972. It was the first legal church of Louisiana of witchcraft. And basically it was Lady Anita, kiss your ass and say goodbye, Saturn is conjunct, whatever, I don't know. Storm said that will continue through 2020. Saturn is conjunct Pluto, kiss your ass and say goodbye. Yeah, it's probably hitting me worse as a Capricorn. But anyway, so the book Magic High and Low by Lady Anita Toops. She was the witch queen of the Religious Order of Witchcraft. And that book, I think it was in 1976, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's been long out of print. And Katina has given us the blessing to republish Magic High and Low, and she's going to write a new introduction and commentary for each of the chapters, and maybe even little footnotes and that sort of thing, so that we can, she can introduce people to what Onita did, and maybe, clarify things that might be confusing in the book, because it's one of those old style 70s books, it leaves a little bit out, it's confusing in some areas, but it's really amazing, and just like one of those classic 1970s occult balls to the walls kind of book, And so we're super excited about that. We've got, a number of different things, in the mix. We have a friend who is working on a book on Santa Sima Muerte, all of these things in various stages. We have authors we're trying to get that, we may or may not, but we're certainly, wanting to take this very seriously. It's hard because we don't have any books out there, and we're not, so people are like, well, are they serious? Well, we got to get ours out before everybody else is going to go shipping them around. We did get a couple submissions of people that had already done books on Amazon CreateSpace, and they submitted it to us, but they just really weren't, we're looking for witchcraft books that are more geared towards initiates or traditions, but mostly initiates, or magical books. But we want things that are really, I don't know, like if you're writing a book on Appalachian magic, it's like, I'd love somebody like Levi to do that, that grew up in, the backwater of Appalachia. And so, we are looking for those things that are truly authentic and really, represent who we are. Everything that we've done thus far has always been about putting together this, something authentic that we can really stand by, whether it's the events we do, whether it's whatever we do, we really want to be able to stand by and say, this is something we would want to read. This is something we would want to attend. This is a shop we'd want to shop at. And that is what drives us. I think too many of these people, we were talking about not tending their own garden. And, I've had issues with these pagans and other magical people that run businesses. And it's like, I went to order some books, and I wanted to order them a different way. And I asked the business owners, I'd like to get these books a different way. And, oh, well, I don't run that part. This person at the company runs this part, and it was like 4 a.m. and I'm trying to move all of the books over to Ingram, which is a distributor, and get them from there. And but they're too pricey in Ingram, and which is probably putting off a number of large box stores, because if they're not 40% off on Ingram, box stores aren't going to buy them. So they weren't 40%. So I'm like, well, let me reach out to this person, and the person's got me blocked. And I'm like, well, I've never had any bad words with this person, and these people are, selling me their products. Seems like that would be a little insulting. If someone were selling my product, I wouldn't do that. But that's happened a lot, honestly. You get these haters, and you get these haters, and I do have haters that are authors. And, they'll go out there and bash me and bash me and bash me, and then, some of them will say, oh, why won't he carry my book? Or he's weaponizing his capitalist power. I think one particular person, weaponizing my capitalist power in order to control the distribution of occult authors. Fucking goddamn right I am. That's like, we own 3 shops. We're going to carry what we want to carry. If you want to be on our shelf, don't go out there and insult us. And if you're selling us your books from your publishing company, maybe blocking us is a bad idea. Not only for your own books, but for other authors that you might carry, seems a little silly. So, to each their own. Everyone has a choice in what they want to do. So Nathaniel Robert Hunt said, and while Lulu is great, it has distribution. So I wouldn't bother with it. If you're going to do print on demand, go through Ingram. The Amazon had CreateSpace, and that's well and good until they turned it to Kindle Direct, and you couldn't get wholesale. They used to have a little box where you put in the ISBN number of the book. Then it went to a website where you could search books. Then it went back to a box, and now it's nothing. So all these people whose independent books they did through CreateSpace I was carrying, they're no longer available. So I got all these books cut out of our catalog because they're only printed through CreateSpace. So all of you authors that went through them, you really should just ignore, do it through Ingram, because it'll get you everywhere, and do it through New Leaf Distribution, which is a metaphysical, go through those kind of places, and then only do the Amazon. Don't do Amazon expanded distribution or Kindle Direct Publishing expanded distribution. Only do Amazon for Kindle and the book that is sold on Amazon. And then everywhere else, do those other places. I wouldn't go with Lulu or any, I'm never going to get it. If you're through Lulu, it's probably not going to be in my store because we're too high volume. So I order from a few people, like we order from Star Casas, but I'm trying to help her get her stuff into New Leaf Distribution because our staff is so taxed. We are a very multi-layered shop, all 3 of them. They do in-house production, they do, events and classes and everything else. And so they have a to-do list of what they're supposed to order, but some of those smaller publishers end up falling through the cracks. So the more that those items are available through a distributor, which we order from Ingram, and we order from New Leaf, and we order from Llewellyn every single week. Those are and U.S. Games, the tarot people. We order U.S. Games, Llewellyn, Ingram, and New Leaf every single week. And we used to do Wiser every single week, and now we do it every no week. And the few Wiser titles, 12, that we do carry will be bought through Ingram or Newley for one of those. I just won't send them my money. I mean, I'm happy that they'll make a little, but they're only doing it because it's friends of mine like Kirk, Sen Louise and Star and Utu and those people, that have Wiser books. But, they talk about, they really fuck themselves with that. I mean, whatever. These people think that they can disrespect their business relationships, like this other publisher I was just dealing with, and then wonder why they're out in the cold. It's like, I don't owe you my shelf space. Frankly, I think I'm a little too kind as it is. I think I should be a little bit more particular. I mean, we don't really carry books that suck, but there's a couple I'm like, well, not my favorite thing, but I'll carry it because people love it and it does have its place. But I won't do like Wicca for the Solitary Practitioner. Actually, you guarantee you'll never be in the store if you have the word Wicca in the title. Ever since we opened, that was one of the strictest rules. And even though I'm now an initiate in what many people call Wicca, I don't call it Wicca, and I still won't carry books with the word Wicca in the title. I hate the word. It's not real. The word was Wiche and Wicha, and if you take the gender off of that word that is in Anglo-Saxon / Old English, which is a gendered language, to translate to modern English, which is not a gendered language, you end up with the word witch. So, Wicca, whatever. I don't carry any book with that title. I did carry a couple, like Jarena Dunwich, just because they were the cheesy spell books, and I love some cheesy spell books. They're fun. And that wasn't, when she called it Wicca, she wasn't really thinking of, run around and hug a tree. And Jennifer asked, can we order books from your store and ship to Canada? Usually I would do that by phone. We haven't set up the international yet for the website. It is on my list, but there are so many layers to the onion of this business that it gets very difficult to catch up with it all. It's literally been on the list of, okay, how do we set the shipping? Because it's all gone up so considerably and it's hard to keep track of. So I'm probably going to turn on maybe 1 or 2 countries so that it's easier to track them. But we'll probably do Canada, England, maybe Italy, France, a couple of them. I don't know. It's very difficult for that because you just, half of the things you ship to Canada end up broken. Their mail service is not exactly sleet and snow. It's more like, stumble and fall. And, so I think when we're, on to the subject of minding your magical business, you really want to make sure that you're tending your own garden, that you're remembering your business relationships and not treating them poorly. Because it's like, look, I was so irritated with this person. They had books published by another company. I sent all those back to the publisher. I was like, I'm not going to be treated like this. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you're not me, and you don't rate. And, I thought that there was a better situation with this person, but to find out that it was yet another, false person, well, that's fine. They have a choice to be false, but I don't have to engage in it. So there's obviously plenty of other, obviously I'm going to go on a search for some interesting new books. I do tend to search, these companies and see what's out there and what is trendy and, interesting, but still magically potent. I don't just want to be a slave to trend. But I think the more we stick with what we're doing, the more powerful our situation is going to be. It's, with the technical, this has just been the shittiest. Pardon my being so pissed off tonight, but this, between the fucking technical bullshit and everything I try to order is late. They send, we didn't have hot water for a fucking week. I finally was able to take a hot shower without going to a hotel. It was just so horrible. Earth Singer asked, what do you think of Laurie Cabot's Book of Shadows? I noticed it in the shop the other day. Well, it's fantastic. Anything Laurie Cabot does is fantastic. I mean, she's one of my favorite people in the world. Her Witchcraft 1 class was life-changing because it helped me to know that I could be psychic. And so when I went, into other works and practices, it helped me. If I'm doing anything with meditation or hermetic mind exercises, understanding the science of brainwave activity and knowing how to tap into that level of mind to access information from outside the body, and the science behind that is very powerful. I want to get one of those Muse headsets. It's called Muse, M-U-S-E. And apparently it tracks your brainwaves so that when you're meditating, you can see, am I generating alpha brainwaves? It's like an EEG machine that you just put on your head. I don't know how accurate it is, but I've always loved the idea. It's like, what if I'm doing my meditations to see if I'm an alpha brainwave? That's where the magic happens. So if I can test that, well, wow, wouldn't that be great? So somehow I have to figure out how to splice the YouTube video, or I may just chalk it up as Guess what? It's 2 parts. I'll label them part 1 and 2, and they can see me screaming with no sound. Believe me, screaming with no sound with me is much better than screaming with sound, because I'd probably have broken this expensive microphone. And, I was in the shower today, singing along to that song, everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't, it isn't right, don't, it isn't nice. There are always people that are going to say don't. You put it out there, like Brian's book cover, you put it out there. Don't do this. Don't publish that. Well, you know something? There's always going to be somebody that says don't. Are you sure you can open a shop? I remember the worst was when Sean died. I don't know what was worse. The messages that I got saying, how does it feel to lose your meal ticket? Or those concerned friends. Are you sure now that Sean's gone that you can handle all of this? I'll say this for Lori Bruno. We may have bit at each other's throats over the years at times, but I will give her this. She stood there and it was emphatic. You'll do this. You'll do it. And she was so 100%. And so was Sandra, so was Leanne, and they were there just, making me realize that I could do it. But there were way more no people. Oh my God. I mean, the people, especially all Sean's friends from the Church of Satan, how do you intend to carry forth Sean's satanic legacy? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about it yet. Like, this is my dog and pony show. This is my chocolate factory, and I'm Willy Wonka. It's like, I have to go forward, do my thing with respect to Sean and what I learned from him and what I learned from Lori and what, I've learned from all of the people that I've known, and be me and not listen to all the don'ts. Not listen to all the no's. I don't think you should take reckless risks, but I think you need to take risks, and you need to trust those calculated risks and know that you have the potential to make it. I think too many people give up before they can make it, and often they'll blame everybody for it. Oh, those people did this to me, and that one said that, and this one cursed me, and it's like, look, there's not a one of you watching this fucking show that's had more horrible things said about them than me. And here I am, still making it. I paid $500 a night to take a fucking shower. Probably stupid, but I kind of did it just to be a douche. And my attitude about it is, I'm going to just keep going forward. I'm going to keep going forward. I mean, look at Laurie Cabot. She's 86. She's still going forward. She's being Laurie Cabot. She's still teaching classes. She had 50 people in her last class. That just, and Jenny Carlson said it just on the chat. Where are all these no people now? Where's the crickets? Oh, no, that's not the right.
These things must be done delicately.
I don't know. There it is. Oh no, those are frogs. Don't. Oh, someone said I'm a true elder. I'm not that old. Don't age me. I don't want to be an elder. I definitely don't. I used to be, like when Sean and I first did Festival of the Dead, I was like, which elder? Christian Day. And I'm like, the moment I started really getting the gray hairs, elder went away. I'm like, oh, not interested. Give me some Botox. So, where are those no people? I mean, for any of you watching, where are the no people in your life? Do all these people that say no and don't to you, are they like rock stars? Did they invite you into the jacuzzi on the back of their limo? Have they, did they take you to the south of France? All these no people in your life? What are their accomplishments? Because they sure do say a lot of no. What are they doing? Are they spiritually evolved? Do they seem like people who, don't get me going. I'm not exactly the Dalai Lama. I get it. But, I'm doing what I'm doing. Are you doing what you're doing? Are these people that criticize you, are they doing anything? Where's their book? What are they doing? Anybody can bitch about a book cover, anybody bitch about whatever they want. But at the end of the day, while they're busy minding your magical business, they're not minding their own. And I think that, if you want your magic to work, because that's the thing I get the most. Why are my spells not working? Why is my magic not working? What's going wrong? Well, how much attention are you paying to it? I'm not saying you do need to let magic go. You don't want to keep doing the same spell every 10 minutes. But I mean, when you go to cast something magically, do you have the gravitas behind it because you're paying attention to your magical skill? Or are you paying attention to what everybody else is doing? If they're cursing you, if they're sending you bad energy, if they're saying things about you that you don't like, and blah, 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 blah. If you're thinking about all those things to that degree, well, are you thinking about your magic and what you can do and accomplish? If you took every moment and that you spent on these things, and this is true of me. There are times I spend too much money, and I think to myself, well, too much, not money, all that too, but if I spend too much time on these people, it does take away from other things I need to do. And this is true. Sometimes I have a little fun with them. We had that woman that kept messaging me saying she was descended from Countess Bathory and she had it in her DNA. I'm like, is Countess Bathory on Ancestry.com? I mean, how do we even have her fucking DNA? I don't know. It was just really bizarre. And I was like, aren't you, what are you, her illegitimate blood clot? It was just so ridiculous. And, Laura Leonard just is all I heard when I opened my shop. No, they didn't think it would succeed. 12 years later, here I am, paying my bills, growing the brand, creating a community, buying my building. Yeah, crickets. And that is the secret. You can't let these people's opinions, and even your friends will be like, well, can you maybe do this? And it's like they're all going to have an idea. And like I said on the last show last week, thank you for sharing. I will take it under advisement because you are sovereign. You have your power. You have your center of being that is your power. So you can't just throw that away. And you have to own it, and you have to not listen. That doesn't mean you shouldn't take the advice of people. There are lots of people in my life who've given me spectacular advice that has changed my direction. But I'm discerning, and I listen, and I evaluate their advice, and then I incorporate it, if it's something good, into whatever I'm trying to do. But it's never, if I don't take their advice, well, I hope they're not offended, but it ultimately it has to fit into what I am doing. This is true for you. What are you doing? What's your vision? Hold to that vision. Because the vision is magic. The word magic and the word imagination have the same roots. What you can capture in your mind and make into reality is magic. And all of you have that. My whole mission in life is that the world has this capability within them, regardless. Yes, some will be more talented than others, but every person has that spark and can turn it into something magical. And with that, I'm going to end and say good night. And remember, mind your own magical business and tend to your own garden. And we will see you next week. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to think of something, but hopefully the fucking tech will work. Have a wonderful night, everybody.